I'm Annie. We are going to read a book together today. Please make sure to follow my pencil as we read because I'm going to be tracing along every single word and every single sound that we read. And the more you practice that, the connection between the words and the sounds that the letter patterns are making, it's going to start to get quicker and easier. And then the more you do that, you'll be able to start reading cooler and cooler books all by yourself. All right? So today's book is called My, and this is a huge word, get ready, but I bet you might know this word. Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros. My Rhinoceros. By Jon Agee. This is a weird one. Get ready. I love weird books. Get ready for it. All right. This says exotic pets, which means like not just like a cat or a dog, but like usually kind of an animal that maybe someone wouldn't normally have. And this says open. There it is again. My rhinoceros. And this says the hippopotamus is out back. So they got a toucan, a flamingo, a gorilla. These are all animals. I don't know if they'd be good animals for a pet, but let's see. When I bought my rhinoceros, I didn't really know what I was getting into. He was a nice animal, quiet, shy. He stayed in the yard, kept to himself. After a couple of days, I noticed that my rhinoceros wouldn't chase a ball. And he sang, fetch, or a stick, fetch, or a frisbee, come on. He didn't roll over. He didn't do anything. He's thinking, those are all like dog things, right? Maybe a rhinoceros is not like a dog. I called a rhinoceros expert. Does he yank on his leash? She asked. No, I said. Does he attack other rhinoceroses? No, I said. Does he poop on the rug? No, I said. So what's the problem? He doesn't do anything, I said. Actually, she said, rhinoceroses only do two things: pop balloons and poke holes in kites. Did you know that? Do you think that's true? I don't know. I couldn't believe it. Pop balloons and poke holes in kites? How pathetic. And then I thought, what if we went to the park and there was a man selling balloons? So this is his imagination, right? Luckily, nothing happened. But what if somebody was flying a kite? Lots of kids were flying kites, but nothing happened. My rhinoceros didn't pop balloons. He didn't even poke holes in kites. I just think it's funny he's walking this rhinoceros like a dog. And no one seems to be noticing this. I began to wonder about my rhinoceros. Maybe he was a clunker. Maybe I should have bought a hippopotamus instead. I wonder what a hippopotamus does. Doesn't poke holes and stuff because he doesn't have the big horn. So this kid's bummed out because he's like, my rhinoceros isn't doing anything, not even poking holes in kites. On the way home from the park, I saw a robbery. A robbery. One of the robbers was getting away in a balloon. The other was escaping in a kite. They're just throwing money down. They robbed from the bank. Do you have a guess as to what's going to happen? Someone's leaving in a balloon. Someone is leaving in a kite. What do rhinoceroses do, according to this book? The robber in the balloon was taunting the crowd, going like, nah, 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 nah. I looked at my rhinoceros and pointed to the balloon. Pop, I said. Do you think the rhinoceros is going to save the day? To my surprise, my rhinoceros leapt into the air. He swooped at the balloon with his tusk. Pop went the balloon, and down fell the robber. I looked up at my rhinoceros and pointed to the robber in the kite. Poke a hole, I yelled. Wow. My rhinoceros swooped over and poked a big hole in the kite. Down fell the robber. Oh no! Who would have guessed? Everybody was amazed by my rhinoceros. The police chief raced up to me. Is this your rhinoceros? Yes, I said. Well, you've got a really special one. He can pop balloons and poke holes in kites. I know, I said. And guess what else? What else can this rhinoceros do? He can fly too. Isn't that silly? Oh, goodness. And this says, police. I don't think I'll buy a hippopotamus. So he has a flying rhinoceros at the end. He thought it was just a boring old rhinoceros. Nope. Not only can he pop balloons and poke holes, he can fly. Best pet ever. I hope you like that. That is such a weird, wonderful book. I love it so much. If you liked this, you can get this from your library. I'll have links below so you can get it for your own bookshelf and you can read it all by yourself whenever you want. And then get a clicky pencil like this. Click, click, click. Take all the lead out. Have a grown-up help you so that way you don't want to write on your book. Use this little itty bitty tip to really focus on when you get to big words like rhinoceros. Really helps you not just read the word. My finger's too fat. I'm just kind of looking at the whole word. I don't want you looking at the word. I want you looking at each sound that you're reading, okay? It'll really, really, really help you if you get to a big word like that. And it also just helps keep you focused on each and every word that you're reading so you don't scramble things up. Because I do that a lot when I'm reading. If I'm reading too fast, I'll scramble up words. So this helps me focus. Cool. So that way you can read this book without me yapping away. And this is a fun book if you read it a few times, and if you practice it, you could read it aloud to a grown-up. And like, I bet this part would make them giggle a little bit. So that would be pretty fun. All right. I hope you loved that. I sure did. And I don't think there's like a good takeaway for this other than, I don't know, have a good imagination, right? Cool. I will see you very soon.